The Junkyard is one of the monuments that got completely reworked in the May 2021 update, and you came to this video to find out everything about it. Well, you've come to the right places. In this episode of the Rust Monument Guide, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about the Junkyard. The Junkyard is a tier 1 monument with no radiation whatsoever, meaning that you don't need any radiation protection to come here. Due to the barbed wire surrounding the Junkyard, it only has a few entrances, which I've marked on screen now. And unlike most other monuments of its size, the Junkyard has no puzzle area. In terms of crates you can loot, the Junkyard is quite good as it has 10 regular crates. On screen now are the spawn locations of all the crates. Most of the crates are scattered among the junk, but you'll also find a few on top of the scaffolding. On screen now, I'll cycle through the loot I got from looting the Junkyard a few times. The average scrap value for the items I got is 205, and the crates here have a 26% chance of yielding a gun and a 17% chance of yielding a tier 1 explosive. Just like most other monuments, it has barrels and food crates scattered around its area, and you can also find diesel fuel here. Now let's move on to the main attractions of the Junkyard, the magnetic crane and the shredder. The crane can be used to place cars into the shredder, which then breaks them down into scrap and other resources such as metal fragments, wood, or high quality metal based on the thing you're breaking down. The magnetic crane uses 20 fuel per minute of operation, so you should bring around 100 fuel to have time to scrap every wreck you can find here. Operating the crane is simple. To move the arm around, all you need to do is use WASD, move it down onto the target with your left mouse button, press R to engage the magnet, and move the arm up with your right mouse button. For the shredder to break something down, you can either drop it up here or directly into the shredder. And driving around is also simple, as all you need to do is hold shift while using WASD. While driving, please remember that even if you have to leave the Junkyard with the crane, you shouldn't go too far, as doing so will deal excessive damage to the crane, causing it to quickly break apart and explode, killing you in the process. And if somehow you do manage to break it, then don't worry, as it will respawn within 10 minutes. There are two things you can recycle with the shredder: modular vehicles along with all attached modules, and these scrapped pickup trucks you can find lying around at the Junkyard. In terms of material yield, scrapped pickup trucks yield 50 scrap and 50 metal fragments, and modular cars yield scrap based on the size of the chassis, and other materials based on the modules attached. 2, 3, and 4 module chassis yield 75, 125, and 150 scrap respectively. As for vehicle modules, on screen now are the yields from scrapping all kinds of modules. There are a total of 8 scrapped pickup trucks around the Junkyard when fully spawned, yielding you a total of 400 scrap and 400 metal fragments, which brings the average amount of scrap you'll get per run at the Junkyard to 605. Some of you might have the question of which is better, recycling or shredding a vehicle module. My answer to that question is recycling, but only by a very tiny bit, as most modules yield an extra metal fragment, piece of wood, or high quality metal when recycled instead of shredded. So if you have modules attached to a chassis you want to scrap, you should first take the modules off at the car lift you can find here. As a side note, I'd like to confirm everyone's suspicions that jumping into the shredder will instantly kill you, so you probably shouldn't. And as a fun fact, the crane can be used to one-hit kill people, and the cockpit is bulletproof if you want to charge someone with the crane, but your assault will be limited by its 500 health. In terms of services, the Junkyard is quite lacking, as it only has a recycler and a car lift. The recycler is located up on the scaffolding here, and the car lift is located outside the fence over here. If you want to camp somewhere at the Junkyard, here are some spots. The general area you can camp is the top of the junk piles and on top of the scaffolding surrounding the central area. The two places I'd like to highlight are this control room from the excavator and the area around the recycler, as both of these offer a good amount of cover and a lot of angles onto different parts of the Junkyard. Now for the most important question, is it worth it? It definitely is, as even if you don't plan on using the crane and shredder, you'll still average around 205 scrap per run with a 26% chance of getting a gun, and if you do plan on using the shredder, then expect at least 600 scrap. The recycler is also in an easily defendable position, and the only downside to this monument is the fact that it has no radiation, which will attract quite a few players. So overall, the Junkyard is a great place to go if you want to get a large amount of scrap fast with a lower risk than other methods. Finally, I'd like to mention that if you want to see what the Junkyard was like before this update or want some nostalgia to hit you if you're watching this year's in the future, then click the card in the top right corner to watch my original video about the old layout of the Junkyard. With that being said, I've been Meemish, and if this video helped you, consider leaving a like and subscribing. You can support me by becoming a patron or a member of the channel, and if you have any questions, you can join my Discord server and ask away. I would like to thank Bothered Nickel, Rusty Dio, Ray, Arson String, Philip Magyar, Mr. Cater, Raven the Messenger, and Raz Van Volk for supporting me, and have a good wipe everyone.